Mike's Daily Podcast.
episode 948. Hello, it's Mike Matthews.
That was a 0.
Okay, I put a 0 there and a 0 there, so now I made an 8.
Well, there you go.
Broadcasting from Cafe Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley. It's Mike Matthews with Haley stopping by.
Hello. I'm here to criticize all of your hand signals.
Hey, guys! Oh, wait.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Nice catch.
Wow, that was quick. Because the chorus was going to jump in there, and they were going to say something like,
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I think I'm going to visit Jack London Square every moment I can when I can take my dog there, because there are lots of really neat people and beautiful Bay Area sights everywhere. I caught a sunset that would make you stop and stare, Haley. I enjoyed my conversation with a nice lady from Kansas named Nicole.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
She had a Pomeranian. Those dogs are fluffy.
True.
And they can get really old.
Mike's
Plus, they can be
Daily
taken on planes
Podcast.
in the cabin, unlike my dog,
Yeah!
who gets thrown in the plane's basement. That's why he's never flown,
I see.
because they put him in that crate down in them.
My girlfriend does animal care. Like, she's a
I never knew that.
vet tech assistant.
Oh, wait, you did say that.
Yes. And whenever we discuss a certain breed of dog, she's like, yeah, they're jerks. There's been like one or two breeds that she's been like, no, they're really nice in general. Like they're really nice to work with, but general Pomeranians, Chihuahuas are, of course, 50% hate and 50% quiver. Labradors, she said, are huge jerks when they're on the vet table. I think it's just the vet table.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Once they get on the vet table,
They're just like, I'm not going to cooperate with anything.
Oh.
And my girlfriend's the one that handles, like, the bodies once like, they pass away.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, I had to deal with another 50-pound dead dog today.
Oh. That's sad. And what do they do with the dogs?
They throw them in a freezer.
And then the owners decide what to do with them?
They'll cremate them.
Oh.
They'll cremate them, and then the owners can either get a little jar with their name engraved on them, or like a shake box so they can go and spread their ashes, or they'll spread the ashes with a bunch of other pets.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew that dark side of the world of petry.
It's pretty similar to what you do with humans. Like, you either spread the ashes, or you put it in a little jar and put it on your shelf.
Hey, we went really dark at the beginning of this show. Oh, I did watch that one YouTube thing about bizarre things about Disneyland from Danger Dowlin.
Danger Dowlin. Sponsor us, please.
And one of the things they were talking about was how one of the big things in Disneyland, people spreading ashes.
Oh, yeah.
And every Disney employee is taught specifically what they need to do when that happens, when they come upon ashes.
Yeah. And, like, they specifically monitor certain rides, like the Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean, because their people are known to be on the ride spreading ashes.
Oh my gosh!
Uh-huh.
That's just like so inconsiderate for everyone involved.
Yeah, it's just like that was their last wish, was to have their ashes spread in Disneyland or something on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. And apparently it's pretty common.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Because it's kind of known that people do that.
Anyway.
Cafe
anyway. Yeah, so that's... Nicole's very nice. She was from Kansas. She was very... oh my gosh, it's expensive here. I'm like, yeah, you've probably... She just moved here. She's like, why is it so expensive? I'm like, well, everything is going on in the Bay Area right now. You've got all the companies, and the weather's nice.
It's hip and also, at the same time, happening.
Both things. Hey, what was that thing you were reading about nudes?
Oh, it was just a quote from Twitter where if you're gonna send nudes, store your
Nude
nudes.
pictures.
Yes, store your nudes with viruses attached. Weaponize your nudes. Train your nudes to empty bank accounts when improperly accessed. Teach karate to your nudes. All good advice for life.
Silly. I think we're silly again. Did we go silly again? We went from dark to silly.
I don't know. We should ask our guest.
Now, Tyler's been really gracious because I accidentally switched the two songs. The past two shows, if you listen to the past two interviews and we're introducing the song, that's not the song. So take the two songs that you heard and flip them around. So I think I played Ksenia the first day when I should have been playing Kachaka, which he like corrected me 15 times on. And then Ksenia was supposed to play yesterday, but I played Kachaka yesterday.
I see. Well, that's
But today's Midnight Mai Tai, so that's not hard to... That's not gonna... Because that doesn't start with a C, A, and that won't mess me up. Then... That's pretty much... I'm gonna have a really long day today, because I leave here and then I gotta come back later.
Yeah, you are gonna have a long day.
And then play hockey. Are you gonna be here later? Who's recording that?
No. You'll have the other two people that are gonna be working here. At least one of them will stick around.
Oh, okay. I can't wait. I enjoy both those people.
Yes, Kevin, who has been on the show.
He was
before.
on the show last week.
Yes, he was on Friday.
Talking about
Fascinating
beer.
show. But he doesn't leave until 9, so he may stick around.
Awesome. Are you enjoying that coffee? And then
Not really.
Haley told me something else very interesting about how there was all these articles about how well Hillary did at the debates, and then it turned out those articles were by Time Warner, and they're one of the biggest contributors to Hillary's, not Hillary's, Haley's campaign.
Yeah, CNN has a huge news network, and those are the ones that were primarily reporting on the election. And they were saying, oh, Hillary Clinton, very strong candidate, still the front runner. Which isn't necessarily true. And if you look at all the polls, Bernie Sanders is definitely winning as far as like internet polls are concerned. Almost all of those reports were by the CNN News Network, and they're owned by Time Warner, and they're the 7th largest donor on the Hillary Clinton campaign. So they may be a little bit biased. Who knows?
I do see the Bernie Sanders fans are all over Facebook.
Yeah,
And like they will not shut up.
it's true.
It's like, what am I gonna post today? I'll post 15 things about Bernie. Bernie. I'm not getting any money for this. I'm gonna post them. Were you just doing a Muppet?
Sesame Street.
Oh.
Hello there, Bert.
Hi. Wait, what did he say? Hi. Wait, what was his voice?
Yeah, Bert's kinda... I don't know. I can't do any of Frank Oz's voices.
Frank Oz. He was also the voice of Yoda.
And Miss Piggy, I think.
Oh, Kermit.
Oh, Kermit! Oh!
Please, we'd love to hear your Muppet impression. Email us at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
I used to watch so many Bert and Ernie videos as a kid. My favorite was the one where Ernie was scared inside of an ancient pyramid that they were exploring. And so he starts kind of singing his song. Do, 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 do. And then one of the statues that looks like him comes to life and starts singing and dancing with him. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Yeah.
That must have been a classic. You know so many scenes from the Muppets, the Muppet Show, that I know.
That was Sesame Street.
Oh, whoops. Like the one with Kermit and the jar.
The Kermit and the jar of liquid
That was...
that he interviewed from Planet Koo's vein.
That's interesting as well. So, that's on YouTube. Oh, look who just walked in. Hi, Mark. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How y'all doing?
It's a disgruntled fiddle player, tell you what.
What?
Those are my bones. I'm old. Hey, I think Bernie Sanders is a crazy Santa Claus that come down from a UFO. Vote for Trump.
What? You're voting?
What?
You want Trump now?
Trump?
I thought you were all...
Trump is a empty husk being controlled by the whispering evil machinations of his tearpiece.
I know, that's why I like him. See, I was voting for Rand Cruiser, Rand Paul and Ted Cruz together, Rand Cruiser, but then Trump, he changed my mind when he said that Obama was a Muslim, which is the truth.
Rand Cruiser, was that your first car?
Yeah, the car's great. No, actually mine was a truck. Big truck. Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado. But there's no presidential people that are named after that, so... Haley, I feel like you and I are having a really strong connection right now. Would you like me to go get you some coffee that I made on a campfire stove?
That sounds delicious. It doesn't sound delicious.
Don't try any, Haley. It'll make the inside of your guts turn black.
What's wrong with that? I've got very internal fortitude.
Well, all right, look who else just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. I'm I'm the Brewmaster. Oh, boy.
Brewmaster, I'm so sad we heard about you and,
What's her face?
Phyllis. Phyllis von Stinkelhoff.
Who?
Shelley Schuhart.
You and Jennifer Lawrence or whoever it was.
Yeah, you broke up.
I was dating Jennifer Lawrence? Awesome.
No, Shelley Schuhart. You guys broke up.
I know, that's very sad. But that's alright, because don't talk about it anymore, because I'll cut you. Want some of my delicious oat beer?
He's still so aggressive.
He is. I thought once you've broken up, you would not be so aggressive anymore.
I'm just full of hate and rage.
You're like a chihuahua. And you're really small like a chihuahua, too.
I don't know what your girlfriend is talking about. First off, that Pomeranian yesterday did not bark once, was the sweetest dog. Then I've met several other Pomeranians recently that are very chill. There was a Chihuahua at this thing yesterday I was at, this big party, the soiree, Donald Trump fundraiser. And this Chihuahua was so cool and calm.
Really?
And then Donald Trump came in and said, "You know what? My hair is controlling me, and I'm huge. Huge."
I have never met a friendly chihuahua.
Oh my God.
In my life.
I've never met a mean Chihuahua in
What?
my life, which is
How?
longer than yours.
How?
Chihuahuas are all nice and wonderful.
Never.
You probably come at them like
I don't.
stupid
I stay
dog.
away from them.
And they're picking up on your hate towards them. That's just a theory.
No.
Well, anyway, whether we agree to disagree is where we'll be.
You're a lot more of a dog person than I am. I'll say that much.
I like dogs.
Yes, I'm okay with dogs.
I like cats too, but I'm allergic to them. So after I'm around them for about an hour, I start to sneeze and get all like I'm gonna faint.
They can sense your allergies.
That's why they get on my lap and I pet them and they purr.
Yeah. And then you can never get them off of your lap.
And then I'm like, what happening to my neck? It's turning into a huge red pustule. Mm-hmm. Well, dogs, cats, whatever.
Snakes.
Snakes.
Fish. Birds.
So what would be your favorite pet that wasn't like your typical pet?
A fish.
A fish? Did you
Yeah.
ever have a fish?
No. I wish I did.
I ate fish last night.
Me too. No. Yesterday afternoon.
What kind of fish did you have?
Stickfish?
Stickfish?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's the kind of fish that they put in fish sticks.
Ah, God, you're funny. Those are good. I love it. Was it Borden's?
No, it was some off-brand because they made them gluten-free.
Do you eat it with a ton of ketchup?
No, I had it with this sriracha ranch.
I never had sriracha ranch. That
Yeah,
sounds good.
it's spicy.
I come home last night and my roommate, who's like 20 something, he just got like a new what do you call those big black pans? That's
Skillet?
a skillet, and he's cooking a steak on it, and it is freaking smoking up the room. As you know, he destroyed a microwave recently using the thingamajig to heat up noodles.
Right, so was he pushing out the burnt toast smell with a fried steak? Skillet steak? I don't know.
And I'm like, how do you like your steak done, roommate? And roommate says, I like it medium rare. I'm like, that's so far beyond medium rare, what you've got in that pan right now. He's like, I know. I'm like, you realize you've got it on full hot heat because it's a electric stove? Mm-hmm. And that once skillets absorb the heat, they like stay hot.
They stay hot, yeah.
I go, you should just take that off. Don't grab the handle with your bare hand. Grab a stove. I'm like, what? You buy one of these and you didn't even watch a YouTube video on it? So I instructed him through it, and all was well in the end, and he enjoyed his burnt steak.
As a kid, we had this giant sort of frying pan type thing that was oven safe. And my mom would make this dish that she'd throw a bunch of stuff into the pan, and then she was able to cook it in the oven.
Ooh.
And so one time it was done, and I was like, yum, delicious, as I grabbed the handle of it when it had just come out of the oven.
And you grabbed it with full force.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, ow. Mm-hmm. My roommate goes, have you ever burned your hand? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think all cooks have, but you'd want to try and minimize the injury. Mm-hmm. So now do you always use the oven stoves, gloves?
Yeah. We have little pot holder type things. And my mom actually, like, from that moment on, my mom will actually place a pot holder, like, on the handle of it to signify that it just came out of the oven.
Ah!
Which is a really smart idea.
Because the hand holder won't catch fire?
No.
Because it's all hot? Oh, okay.
It's not that hot.
I hope you've enjoyed our kitchen
Nightmares.
talk. Kitchen nightmares. I'm Gordon Ramsay. Is that the guy that Hell's Kitchen guy?
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah. He's doing a horrible job in this kitchen.
This chicken is so raw, it just crossed the road.
Tell us your best cooking nightmare kitchen stories. You can go to Mike's Daily Podcast at gmail.com to email.
Did I tell you about the time that I was cooking and I went to put a little bit of basil to flavor this dish? And my mom had taken out the little grate type thing with the holes in it at the top of the basil jar.
Oh, and all the basil came out.
And it tasted like a pesto.
A pistol?
A pesto. Except
pesto, yeah.
Except I had already added a bunch of garlic and like a cream sauce to it, so it just tasted horrible.
Oh.
That's my kitchen nightmare story.
That happened recently. That happened when you first started appearing on the show.
Yeah. I probably said something about it.
I hope that never happens to you again.
Oh, it probably will.
And you can also comment on the Twitter, which is at Mike Talks, on Facebook.com/Mike's Daily Podcast, and then other places. And we read your comments on the section.
Tweet. Tweet.
Emails from email and your comment, not so comments.
Tweet.
Rocket Robin!
Tweet.
He rocks in the bed, it's got a tree. He's gonna eat that chihuahua with his big beak. Rocket Robin!
Tweet.
Deadly Rocket Robin!
Tweet.
The Robin's so rockin', he's rocking all over the world, smoking hashish.
I feel like that would be more like a giant eagle that would eat a chihuahua.
Yeah.
Totally would.
Robins don't eat flesh.
There's like eagles that will hunt deer. But they're that big.
Dang.
So fear
The eagle.
the eagle. I think it's like the
Don't
golden
fear
eagle.
the eagle. He became the sun. Don't fear the eagle.
We'll be able to fly.
All the eagles are big. They fly out of the sky. The big eagle comes down the sky, and then it flies into your chimney.
Don't fear
Then
the
it eats
eagle.
a bunch of your pudding.
Don't fear the eagle.
The chihuahua comes out and says, "What the hell is this song?"
Come on, baby, don't fear
Blue Oyster
the
Cult.
eagle. Come on, baby.
They make a lot of pesto.
Come on, baby.
You can eat Brewmaster's root beer if you put it in the freezer,
Bring.
because it turns to ice.
That one part of the song
Oh
that
yeah.
I can never remember how it
Oh,
goes.
that with the drums going.
Yeah.
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 Great song. Cowbell. We need more cowbell. I got a fever that can only be filled with a cowbell. Nice. He's doing that with his mouth, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing that with my hands, ladies and gentlemen. I'm assuming there are both ladies and gentlemen listening to the show today.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, we got another comment. It was on our voices again.
Your comment. Wait, maybe I'll remember to put that little opener in here.
You won't.
Oh my god!
Email for me-mail and your calm and not so calm mess.
We got a compliment on our voices again, which just means we have horrible content.
Oh, because they're just mesmerized.
Yeah, they're
memorized.
like, wow, you have a really great voice.
Well, your voice is enchanting. Go on, talk some more. I'm gonna just sort of sit here. Then there's the Amazon. Click on that, buy something, we get money. Mike'sDailyPodcast.com. Go there first, though. And there's the PayPal. Become an Inglorious Mike's Daily Podcaster. The characters at Cafe Anyway will sing you a song. Oh, they're gonna sing you a song now, I guess. That's what I just
They're
come
gonna
up
sing
with.
you the lullaby of Broadway.
Fossy hands.
Sleep all day.
I'm
Good
jazz hands.
night, baby.
Hey, did you hear? What's his name? Who did? Phantom of the Opera. Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
He's written a new musical, School of Rock. They've turned into a musical. And
Andrew Lloyd Webber wrote that?
and he's done the music for it.
Interesting.
And the lyricist is the guy who wrote the lyrics for something. I can't think of it. It was like an older deal. Anyway, Andrew Lloyd Webber, music.
Huh.
Finally, all the past interviews you can hear at Mike'sDailyPodcast.com. Let's get into an interview, the finale of my Mike on Mobile with Tyler Yarbrough of the band The Gnarly Men.
Into an interview. Mike on Mobile.
What got you playing the guitar in the first place?
I wanted to play the drums when I was a kid, and my parents bought me a guitar. They were wise parents. Turns out my father had played the guitar when he was in the Navy in World War II. He just never mentioned it. So many, 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 many years later, after he's long gone, I sent a letter to a fellow that I found out was a shipmate of his, and I get this letter back from him. It's yeah, we used to drink coffee in the mess hall, and he would play guitar. I'm like, what? He never told me he never mentioned the guitar, right? Anyway, so he wound up getting me involved with an instructor by the name of Jack Francis in Southern Oregon. Jack was one of the original surf guys. He taught guitar to the original Surfaris.
Whoa.
He had great photographs, all these autographed photographs of the Surfaris and the Ventures and all of that stuff around his studio. Man, this guy was 70 years old at the time, and he was fast. Let me tell you, his double picking was... He was really wicked fast.
Yeah.
of course, I could never use it. I mean, I was 14 years old. It was the 1970s, right? Nobody was playing surf music. Surf music was long dead.
Darn disco.
Darn disco. So it just stayed in my head all these years. And lo and behold, surf music resurrects from the grave with all the punkers. And it fits right in.
And when did you start custom making your guitars?
Well, that was maybe 6 years ago. But once I started messing around with surf music, I started hearing the sound of what I wanted in my head. And you go to Guitar Center and you play a few guitars and you were like, never mind. It's just not going to happen. Meanwhile, I meet some people who are good woodworkers. I meet some people who are pickup winders and start looking at articles online, and these guitars just started emerging in my head.
Well, I wish this was a video podcast so they could see all of them. Oh, wow. You've just gotten... Is this another custom-made one?
It is. This one's largely made from Warmoth parts. So Warmoth is a company that builds necks and bodies and all of that stuff so that you can custom make guitars on your own without having a lot of woodworking skills. So this is the guitar I started with. But the thing I wanted to do here was learn the inlay bit. So as you can see, the neck, the peg head has this moon inlaid into it and all the stars, which are mother of pearl and well, actually nail heads. And
nail heads?
Yeah. So then I continued that theme down here with the star and these little nails down here. But all the finishing work, all the finishing work is mine. And the nice thing about this is the Warmoth neck is just a brilliant neck. It's just, and they will make it to your specs. So it was pretty easy to put together a great guitar with that.
Yeah!
Ah, nice.
I want to be in a Latin jazz rock band with you.
Wouldn't that be fun? Well, that's one of the things that happened with cachaça is I wound up with this kind of classic Latin minor 2/5. So that's E minor. So that's a very Latin rock thing or a Latin jazz thing.
Huh.
But this one gets to do all kinds of other duty too. If I have one guitar and I have to show up for a jam or a rock gig or anything like that. So it makes rock sounds too.
Yeah. When you go to a gig, does it feel kind of weird taking your beautiful works of art to the gig, your guitars?
Not at all. They're meant to be played. I mean, that's what I built them for, and they're not flawless. They're not works of art. They're instruments. They're meant to be played. I like the art aspect of them. It was a lot of fun, and they're cool because they're completely different than anything anybody else might have. You won't find them on the wall at Guitar Center or anything like that. And they sound the way I wanted them to sound, and they do what I need them to do.
Awesome. That'll sound good.
Lots of sounds out of the same axe. That's the idea with this guitar.
Any closing words of advice for those of people that want to pick up a guitar and are too afraid? They're too shy.
Music is what we do. We're humans. We make music. We sing. Don't be afraid to sing. Don't be afraid to pick up a guitar. You need to make music. You need to make art because that's part of being human. That's part of who you are. If you're not doing that, you're denying some part of yourself. Sooner or later, you'll find it. But the longer it takes you, the harder it gets. So if you're young and somebody says, ooh, you can't sing, ooh, you can't play, don't pay any attention to that. Just sing. Top of your lungs. Sing. Play. Top of your lungs. Turn it up, baby. Rock them out.
You know, like people tell me, like they'll say, Mike, I can't sing, so I won't sing. And then I actually hear them sing, and I'm like, hey, wow, there's something there. Even like their off notes, they're cool. It adds a something, it's their style, you know? Like some of the most famous country crooners, they sang off key, but that's what made them sound good, you know, because they were not hitting it right on. And it was very human.
Okay, but beyond that, you know, go to church, sing in the choir. You know, you want to learn to sing? Go sing with the choir. You'll learn to read music. You'll learn to sing. You'll learn the right breath. You'll learn all of that stuff. You'll learn to work with a group. How many amazing musicians have come out of the American church? Well, all of jazz, right? Mm-hmm. All of jazz comes from the church. So I would really encourage anybody to, you know, if you want to participate in music and not get a lot of investment, there's a great way to do it. Still, picking up a guitar when you're a kid is still very, very inexpensive. Get yourself a decent instructor and just do it.
What Gnarly Men song should we end this with? Should I play from your stash of songs?
Let's go with Midnight Mai Tai. That's one written by Robert, and Midnight Mai Tai is this really chill, laid-back tune. We've got a couple more of Robert's tunes that are coming down the pipeline tune, but
pipeline. Nice. You make that look so easy.
Pardon the mistakes.
What? There weren't any.
Okay.
So Midnight Mai Tai, it's Gnarly Men. Tyler Yarbrough, thank you so much for being on Mike's Daily Podcast. This has been the funnest podcast interview Mike on Mobile ever. And I feel immersed in the soul of California right now.
Thank you so much, Mike. It's just been drippy wet awesome.
I like him. He's cool.
He was very, very good at explaining all the guitars.
He was talking yesterday about how that song that you mixed up the names of was drawing some influence from like Fleetwood Mac, Lindsey Buckingham.
Oh yeah.
I got the Fleetwood Mac definitely, but I found more the Pete Green era type.
The Pete Green. I think